Welcome to the Morning Nerdy News. Today we have several things to discuss, starting off with talk about candy and gum, and then we'll move over into some new hardware information that's coming out and finish off with some Apple news. So, first up, IGN has a report that David Klein, the investors of the Jelly Belly Jelly Bean, is hosting a contest that could help one winner attend candy making school and their own candy factory. So, if you've ever wanted your own golden ticket, as they put here, or if you're just into making candy or cooking, this could be your opportunity to go out and start your own career in something fun and sweet for everyone. Razer is coming out with gum called Respawn by 5. Now, I'm worried that they're going to get in trouble for this because Respawn, the actual developer, might have something to say about this name. But let's be honest. Gum, they've already made an energy drink, which I can kind of understand. But do you really want your teammates over the microphone chewing in your ear while you play? They're like, hold on, I just gotta get some focus energy in there. Nobody wants to hear that while they're playing. I don't know what they're thinking with this. It's ridiculous. I mean, really, why would you want to go out there and just listen to a streamer while they're chewing on their focus gum? It's not something for anyone who has to communicate during a project. Sure, you're playing a game by yourself, your mic's turned off, maybe not such a bad deal. Maybe this is fine if you're out and about walking, enjoying life, out on a hike and you need that little extra kick from vitamin B or whatever. But really, this just seems like a silly product to aim towards gamers. They even show them wearing the headset. Why? You're just going to irritate everyone around you. So, this is available if you want it. Please don't chew it in my ear while you're playing. Speaking of bad news, we have a supposed leak over on Twitter from Idle Sloth, who states they have a screenshot of the new Xbox Series X Seagate 1TB expansion drive listed at $219.99, so effectively $220. I do think this is probably a placeholder. If I had to guess, we're probably going to be closer to somewhere $150 for this, simply because it is proprietary. What it comes down to is $220 is kind of an unusual price point. Most likely they would list this closer to either $200 or $250 if it were a true price point. But if it is this price, this is extreme, and this makes me worried about the actual expansion availability for the low-end system. And for what started out as such good hype news, this kind of backfires on them if this is true. But like I said, grain of salt, probably not the final price for what this is actually going to be. And transitioning over into some other hardware news, we have some information coming out of Bloomberg in regards to Nintendo boosting production by another 20%. Apparently, they are still having trouble keeping up with demand and have asked for production to be increased by 20% just to meet that base demand. Now, something else that has happened in here, they are contacting, or supposedly contacting, the game developers and saying for games that are coming out, please make sure that they are 4K ready, meaning that they can do a quick update, a quick patch in order to make this available to play on 4K, even though it may be releasing on the standard Switch, which points towards the rumor that we will have a 4K Switch system available. So this just kind of helps reinforce that rumor and increases those expectations. So we're going to move on from there, and some more hardware news, this one moving over into AMD. AMD could potentially unveil its Big Navi RDNA 2 GPU. So this is over on Wccftech. Now, this came out 11 hours ago, so this was yesterday evening, and this is a tweet that came from one of the developers on AMD's hardware, and he just put out a tweet that says the sun will come out tomorrow, so you got to hang on till tomorrow. So this could be pointing to them saying, hey, we've got an announcement coming out. We could have competition prices. We could see maybe a comparison to what they expect it to be in regards to the 20 series, and that might give us an idea of how these are going to compete. Now, again, wait for the actual reviews of these. The charts that they put out are notoriously incorrect in what they say something is versus what it actually is. So it's possible they say it competes against a 2080 Ti, but it could only be in certain specific situations that they've made to make it look good for that. But it's also entirely possible that we get a huge leap in graphic fidelity and all of a sudden we have real competition on our hands. As I mentioned yesterday, there's a rumor that NVIDIA is holding back some of its cards because they are worried about what is going to happen with AMD and their release, and they want to be ready to adjust their SKUs so that they can add in other SKUs immediately to counter whatever AMD is doing. Now, we don't know if this means that we could see the 3080 drop in price, or if we'll just see that 3080 Super / Ti pop out sooner, or what exactly is going to happen with these depending upon where everything falls. So keep an eye on this, and like I said, don't go out and spend day one money until we have a better idea of where these things are actually going to fall, because if AMD comes out here and announces a bunch of great things and puts them in these price points that beat NVIDIA, we could all suddenly see what we had happen with the Super and the 2070 and the 5700 XT on AMD's side, where prices change, where the 2070 dropped in price really quick. They launched the 2070 Super, and then AMD had to go and drop the price on their 5700 XT because it was supposed to be a 2070 competitor, and with NVIDIA dropping their price, they had to drop their price as well in order to stay competitive. So hold off on any major purchases with graphics cards at this point, because I am sure over the next couple of months we are going to see a wild ride in pricing adjustments between these two trying to compete in this space. And then, talking about competition, the last thing we have going on is Apple has filed a countersuit against Epic Games. This is over on Wccftech as well. And so what's happened here is Apple is saying Epic Games has blatantly disregarded their contract. They knew what they were doing. They have benefited and taken money in by using our platform, and all this is about is money, saying that Epic already has billions of dollars, and this is just a way to try and swindle out Apple out of money and get them more money, even though they agreed to the contract and it has been helpful to them. And I can't say I didn't see this coming. This is the type of thing that is pretty common. This is Apple saying, our image has been hurt by this lawsuit. You're directly attacking us, and because of these attacks, you're making our business look bad. We want to be paid for the loss of money due to the damage to our image. So, as I mentioned before, both these companies have a ton of money. Both of them are more than able to go out there and support themselves and fight this lawsuit. It's just a question of, does a lawyer convince a judge that Apple is actually a monopoly in their own system? And can Apple go out and convince a judge that, no, we're not a monopoly, and they are simply trying to hurt our image and take money from us? They both have very good points, and I don't know who is going to win in this battle. I can see this going either way. Epic had great success by coming out and fighting against Steam in trying to get these prices lowered, by trying to have a lower cut percentage taken out. But that's on PC. There is no contract base for this. That was open market competition. And the open market competition right now is platform, not within the actual market in the app store. Remember, if you haven't already, make sure to click that follow button. If you are watching this over on YouTube, make sure you click subscribe and follow me over on Twitter as The Gray Falcon. Have a great one.